Dear students, how are you? Hope you are fine. As you know, we have completed the lesson titled The Lost Lesson. In today's class, we will be discussing some textual questions and we will also discuss uh, reference to the context questions. Now, question number first. Think as you read questions. Question number first. What was Franz expected to be prepared with for school that day? What was Franz expected to be prepared with for school that day? The answer of this question is Franz was expected to be prepared with the lesson on participles. He was expected to be prepared with a lesson on participles. His teacher, Mr. Hamill, had announced an oral test on participles, but Franz did not know anything about the rules of participles. Right? This was question number first. Now, question number second is what did Franz notice that was unusual about the school that day? What did Franz notice that was unusual? फ्रेंड्स ने क्या नोटिस किया that was unusual about the school on that day? Answer is when he reached the school, Franz was surprised to find everything still and quiet, and as if it was a Sunday morning. His teacher, Mr. Hamill, was dressed in his green coat, frilled shirt, and black cap. He used to wear his formal dress only on special days. Moreover, the last bench of the class were occupied by the village elders who looked very sad. What did Franz notice that was unusual about the school that day? Answer is when Franz reached the school, Franz was surprised to find everything still and quiet as if it was a Sunday morning. His teacher, Mr. Hamill, was dressed in his green coat, frilled shirt, and black cap. He used to wear his formal dress only on special days. Moreover, the last bench of the classroom were occupied by the village elders who looked very sad. Now, question number three is what happened? What had what had been put on the bulletin board, on the notice board? What had been put on the bulletin board? Bulletin board पे क्या मतलब कौन सी नोटिस थी, क्या विजन था? दैट व्हाट हैज़ बीन पुट ऑन द ब्लैक बोर्ड क्या लगाया गया था? Answer is an order from Berlin had been put on the blackboard on the bulletin board. An order from Berlin had been put on the bulletin board. It stated that from the next day only German will would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. What had been put on the bulletin board? Answer is an order from Berlin had been put on the bulletin board. It stated that from the next day only German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. Now question number 4 is what changes did the order from Berlin cause in the school that day? What were the changes that were caused by the order that came in the school that day? What changes did the order from Berlin cause in the school that day? Answer is the order from Berlin created an atmosphere of dismay at the school. Everything became quiet and still. Everyone was shocked and upset. The teacher, Mr. Hamill, was highly depressed. Finest dress. He put on his finest dress, which he used to wear only on special days. Some elders of the village also came to attend the class as a mark of respect to their mother tongue and to the teacher. Now, question number 5 is how did Franz feel? How did Franz's feelings about Mr. Hamill and school change? How did Franz feel about Mr. Hamill and school change? Answer: His Mr. Hamill was a very strict teacher. Friends did not like him and always wanted to spend his time outside and bunk his class. But when he came to know that it was going to be their last lesson and French would no more be taught to them, he felt a great love for the language and the teacher. He started understanding whatever Mr. Hamill taught. Now, last lesson understanding the question. Question number first is the people in the story suddenly realize how precious. The people in the story suddenly realize how precious their language is to them. What shows you? Why does this happen? The people in the story suddenly realize how precious their language is to them. What shows you this? Why does this happen? Answer is people of Alsace and Lorraine were shattered and shocked to read the order that came from Berlin. As per this order, French would no more be taught in schools. Only German was to be taught. This order made them realize that going to miss they were going to miss their basic right to learn the mother tongue was taken away from them. This evoked pat- patriotism and love for mother tongue in them. This evoked patriotism and love for mother tongue in them. They were full of remorse and regretted that they had not given importance to their mother tongue earlier. As a mark of respect to their mother tongue and the French teacher Mr. Hamel, the eminent people of the village came to attend the last lesson of Mr. Hamel. Hauser had bought an old primer. Even the little children were shocked. Franz, who never liked to learn the language, found himself in a state of shock and suddenly started developing a liking for the language as well as for his teacher. Now, question number second. Franz thinks, will they make the sign in German, even the pigeons? What could this mean? Franz thinks, will they make the sign in German, even the pigeons? Would what would this mean? Answer is this shows the patriotic fervor and love of French language, love of French people for their mother tongue. This shows the patriotic fervor and love of French people for their tongue. Even a small boy like Franz was very upset at the fact that he would be deprived of his own language. He wondered if the pigeons would also be made to sing in German. In fact, it is a mark on the hollowness of man's authority. Man can exert authority only on human beings but not on nature. Now लास्ट लेसन जो है इसके कुछ सॉल्व्ड क्वेश्चन बैंक है रेफरेंस टू द क्वेश्चंस हैं रीड द एक्सट्रैक्ट गिवन बिलो and then answer the questions. Question number first, it was so warm, so bright, the birds were chirping at the edge of the woods and in the open fields and in the open field back of the sawmill the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rules for participles, but I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. Answer the following questions. The speaker of these lines is dash dash, and he is thinking of not going to the class. The speaker of these lines is Little Franz. It is Little Franz. Question number B. Persian soldiers were in dash dash as there was a war going on. Persian soldiers were in Alsace. Alsace. Question number C. The speaker is in dilemma about going to school as he has not learned the dash dash, the participles. इसका आंसर है participles. Now question number 4, that is D part. Find words similar to withstand from the given lines. Withstand means इसका जो similar word है that is resist. Similar का जो find a similar word to withstand from the given lines. The similar word of withstand is resist. Now question number 2, it is also based on with reference to the context. Read the bulletin. Question number 2, read the bulletin called after me. Do not go so fast, Bob. You will get to your school in plenty of time. I thought he was making fun of me and reached Mr. Hamill's little garden all out of breath. Answer the questions. Bob refers to Bob refers to Rajesh who was going to school. It means Bob refers to the friends. The speaker was nervous as he did not learn his lesson and was the speaker was nervous as he did not learn his lesson and was late. इसका आंसर है जो है बी का लेट है. Mr. Hamill was Bob's teacher who taught him that is he bought his French. Find an expression from the extract which means mocking. Mocking means making fun of. So expression जो है from the extract that is making fun of. Now the question number 3 is, what a thunderclap these words were to me. Oh, the wretch! That was what they had put up the town hall. My lost French lesson. Why, I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn any more. I must stop there then. Now answer the following questions. Hamill's announcement dash dash friends and he was frightened. Hamill's announcement shocked friends and he was frightened. यहाँ पे shocked आएगा. Next, town hall had a dash dash that provided all the information. Town hall had a dash dash, that is town hall had a bulletin board or notice board. Now seaport writes here refers to Germans. It's true or false? It is true. Franz was happy that his students were over. True or false? It is false. Now question number 4. I heard Mr. Hamill say to me, I won't scold you, little Franz. You must feel bad enough. See how it is. Uh, every day we have said to ourselves, bah, I have plenty of time. I will learn it tomorrow. And now you see where we have come out. Ah, that is the great trouble with Alsace. She put off learning till tomorrow. Answer the following questions. Hamill was not. Hamill was not dashed with friends because it was the last lesson. Hamill was not angry with friends because it was the last day of the school. Last day, it was the last lesson. Friends would feel Friends would feel bad because he always learned his lesson on time. True or false? This is false. Ourselves here refers to all the teachers. True or false? It is false. Find word of problem from the text, that is the word for problem is trouble. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. आज के लिए इतना ही काफ़ी. अंडरस्टैंड किया होगा. आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.